Hello, everyone. So welcome to your video on your key assessment part 2. So I'm going to head over to D2L. I'm going to walk you through this. Okay, so you'll notice that I am now in D2L under key assessment part 2. And let me show you what you're going to do. So here is the assignment itself. Your assignment includes several parts. The first is the classroom intervention planning sheet, then your academic intervention planning checklist, your learning disabilities accommodations checklist, and then 3 to 4 paragraphs explaining the reasons why you chose what you chose. Let's go through this step by step. We're going to start with the intervention planning planning sheet. So I'm going to open that up for you. You're going to notice that this is really very step by step. Student name, interventionist, that's you. The date the plan was written, date intervention is going to start tomorrow, next week, I don't care. When is it going to end? 6 to 8 weeks, and the number of weeks. You're going to take information from your key assessment part A and put in their present level of performance. You should have learned about this in 4000, but just a reminder, you're writing the strengths and weaknesses of your student here. And then finally, you're going to create an academic goal for your student. Remember, it needs to be a SMART goal, so make sure it's SMART. Your intervention is going to be whatever intervention you chose in key assessment part A. So if you chose, let's say PALS, if you chose, you're going to use Wilson, whatever you chose you're going to use, you're going to write a brief description of the intervention here. Again, you can take some of this from key assessment part A. What materials will you need? What training is needed? And then finally, progress monitoring. So what data are you going to use? What is their current baseline? What is their outcome goal? It's probably not going to be the same as their academic goal, because remember, this is a short-term goal. So what is their outcome goal? And then how often are you going to collect the data? And then finally, any ideas you have for intervention progress monitoring, go ahead and put those there. Pretty simple. So that's the first step. We're going to go back and go to the next step. You're going to head to this website right here on a website called Intervention Central. So Intervention Central, I have to tell you, is one of my favorite websites to use. Bookmark it, you're going to use it a lot in your future. So here, what you're going to do is you're going to select the area of need for your student. You're going to notice everything that we've talked about is right here. So let's say you have a student who is struggling with reading fluency. And then what we have here are some different strategies. You're going to pick 3 that you feel would work well for your student. For this case, I'll choose echo reading. I'm going to choose listening to passage preview, and I'm going to choose, let's say, repeated reading. Okay. After I choose my 3 areas, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to formulate my intervention. All I have to do is click download PDF. And watch what this is going to do for you. You're going to open it up here. And now you can open it up. You have the information. And then here where it says teacher notes, I want you to give me some information as to why you chose this specific strategy for your student. It's as easy as that. That's all you need to do for this section. Okay, so I'm going to go back and show you the next part. So then after you've done that, again, 3 interventions and comments as to why the intervention is appropriate. The next is you're going to find some accommodations for your student. Again, I'm going to click over to Intervention Central. It's a new link. You're going to select a checklist for your student. Let's say instruction. And we can choose, this is where it's really nice because you can actually choose here things outside of instruction. So I think that chunking classwork might be helpful. Intersperse low and high interest activities. We're going to match words to peak energy periods. And then I'm going to go back here. And I know my kiddo struggles with motivation, so I'm going to do some rewards. And I'm also going to go back here and I'm going to do some tasks. And I'm going to have that they're going to start assigned readings in class. So now I've got 5 areas, 5, minimum of 5. Once again, I'm going to go down here and I'm going to go to download PDF. I'm going to open it up. And I'm going to give a little bit of notes for every single one of these. Pretty easy, right? So now that I've done that, I'm going to head on back. I'm going to go back to, whoops, sorry. I totally clicked on the wrong box. I'm so sorry. Here we go. This is where I want to be. The last thing I need to do is 3 to 4 paragraphs explaining the reasons for the choices for the interventions and accommodations. Very simple. And that's all you have to do. Here's an example of, as I said, Part B is a lot easier than Part A. Here's an example of Part B that you can see. This will open up for you. I apologize. Mine isn't opening today for some reason, and I'm so sorry. But there is an example of Part B in D2L for you. I'll have another one up there for you as well. A couple of reminders. Make sure that you are talking about your student. You also can do this either individually, with partners, or with your whole group. But you must email me and let me know who you are going to work with. I will set up some times for this week and next week to meet, and you can chat with me about this. If you have any questions, as always, please feel free to reach out, and I'm happy to get back with you as soon as possible. Have a wonderful week, everyone, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.